and gentlemen, as the stage goes down, the dancers come up, we're going to have a wonderful and a great time. It's been a pleasure and it's been an honor to be with you. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Kevin Fraser.
Yo. Not even load shedding kept you away. Here we got power tonight. Sorry, I just got these shoes. I'm trying to figure out my best foot forward. Something I said, oh, photography, I don't even know. This is so special. Thank you for coming tonight. Wow, Durban, you showed up. Thank you. Wow. You're looking at me like I'm so short on stage. All the same height lying down. Anyway. I can't wait to take these elephants to America because they're going to be like, oh my God, is that how big the elephants are? Refilwe and Ryan. Just seemed a little bit... Truth be told, I bought these guys on Wish. I had to contact the guy. I was like, you said 3 meters. This is like 5'9". This is like 500 and, this is about 569. It's about 867,000. Listen properly. Yeah, you're in my house now. If you want to make smart comments in this house, you can come on stage and start to speak to Parliament. Until then, Thank you. Anyone from the Bluff? Oh, wow! You had to go that side to come this side, eh? Okay. Some people don't know, I'm born and bred. This is my hometown. I'm gonna let the world know. Everyone's like, yeah, you're born in Kloof. No, I wasn't born there. We had to go down the hill. Has anyone ever flown international to Durban? It's a hell of a thing. Where'd you go, Mozambique or? Very lucky, very grateful. I got bumped up on my flight to come here. I was so grateful. I never get that. I mean, okay. Are you waving your friend or me? I'm still trying to work this out. Okay. Your presence is felt. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, all the leopards here, hey? Thank you. Africa is a feeling, and oh, it is. Welcome to it, my biggest show yet. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you. I flew a long haul flight to get to South Africa. Love it. I've been touring, so blessed. Been going all over the world doing shows this year. I came back to South Africa for this fresh tour. So exciting. I flew Qatar Airways. I even said it to the lady when I got on. I was like, I love Qatar. She's like, ooh. It's a feeling. I didn't know I'd get bumped up though. Like I said, I'm normally at seat 849J. You know that one at the back? You're like, you can't recline. You're so far at the back, the toilet is behind you. You're just like... You got Susan doing a number 7 behind you, like, don't worry. You waiting for your food last, everything last. Not on Qatar Airways. I got bumped up to what was called a Q suite. I didn't know that. I was like 4Q2, bruh. It's all good. The only reason I appreciated that is because when they call your flight number, you're sitting there in the lounge doing your stretches, you know, you're like, yeah, I'm going to be riding 15 hours today, so just going to get the compression going, just start to, blowing up your pillow. I just sat there. And they come on the intercom, ladies and gentlemen, all those boarding Qatar Airways Flight H93, warning from Cape. Now, boarding. What? That's me! Enjoy blowing up your pillow. I'ma just walk straight on through with my golden ticket, thank you. Get on the plane, you had a total separate entrance. She even knows your name, the lady at the door. She's like, Mr. Fraser. I'm like, wow! Get inside, look at your ticket. A9. Am I driving? And I get to my seat. It's a zone, people. It is a Q suite. I've never heard of this. It was like business meets first meets heaven. It's an incubator. You got 4 windows. You just sit there, you're like... You end up sitting there like you're in a bath. So what must I do now? Okay. I was so confident because at that stage you have to behave like you need to always sit there. But I've got my Kevinness coming in. I'm like, business, Q sweet. Someone walks past you, with their briefcase. They're like, yeah, sorry, just getting through. I'm like, just go through. I'm just. I end up leaning on my door. The door starts moving. I'm like, I had my own private suite. Closed the door even. Like, I just stood there in the aisle going. Surprise. By the time you sit down, the waiter, the air host, your personal butler, he comes along. He bursts open your door without even realizing. And now, first of all, you're sitting there all quiet. You've got 4 windows to yourself. A huge Flatron by Sam Schlong or something like that. You're sitting down somewhere on the remote and you're like, wow. You're stretching your legs and all of a sudden the door bursts open like, good day, Mr. Fraser, how are you today? Yeah. First we're going to be serving an aperitif, then we're going to be doing main course, and then after that we're going to be doing a dessert. What would you like to drink? I'm like, wow. A drink before we head to the runway? Absolutely. I'll have a mimosa. Or Jack Daniels, that's totally fine by me. But you have to be confident. I got up to go to the toilet. The guy was like, Mr. Fraser, where did you put your shoes? I'm like, they're there in the cupboard in front. Got it sorted. He's like, Mr. Fraser, that would be the fridge. I didn't know what to do, but you're in business, so you have to own it. I was like, well, I like my shoes chilled. And I'm a frequent flyer, but there's nothing frequent about it. But 500,000 points, they're like, you can get a muffin with your next flight, thank you. Otherwise, you will. Yeah. Guys, when they come to you mid-flight, they undo your tray table, and they undo it, and then they undo it again, and they undo it, and it just keeps coming out. Eventually, he comes and gets a whole tablecloth. I'm still waiting for the safety briefing, dude. When are you going to tell me to put my seatbelt on? It's like we're on the same plane. Don't we get like first class turbulence or something like that? Like someone in the back, is sitting there having to do with the whole safety briefing. In case we land on water. In case we land on water. Are you mad? Walk off the wing. It's crazy. But the food, I had to ask for 6 different aperitifs. You have this excuse for a tuna. You're like, I need it all. I mean, I'm stuffed. have to buy a class. I'm very simple. You know, I got the opportunity this year to travel to the Middle East and go and do some shows. It's just where all the warm water is, you know, like Spain and Greece and Portugal is lovely, lovely. But it gets to you, those places. Gets to you. I thought I'd just go through and do my shows, but I had a friend phone up and she was like, oh, we have to meet for lunch. Kev, I'm just working the yachts and stuff like this at the moment in the Mediterranean. We have to meet for lunch. I was like, of course, you know, we'll go. Where are we gonna go? You know this side of the world better than me. I don't come to Spain often. Boom, go out, get to lunch, and you know, you have a tablet. It's like in Europe, everything's fucking small. Come to Africa, you got a table. Come to Europe, it's like just 6 of us are going to be sitting at this 2-seater, okay? Yeah. Expensive view, love it for you. You feel very kind of squished. Waiter comes along, what can I get you to drink? I'll just have a Cabernet Sauvignon. I'm sitting down with my friend Rebecca. We love Rebecca, don't we? But she's the seasoned professional because she's sitting down there. The waiter comes over. He's like, what can I get you to eat? And she's like, I'm like, no, you go. I'll just go after you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a very simple person. Like, just give me lasagna any day of the week. I'm fine. Thank you, Garfield. You can take me to Japan. I will try and order lasagna at the sushi bar. I'm not adventurous. Now I'm in the Mediterranean, I'm chilling there, and she's like, okay, first, well, I'll just get the dandelion and kale root salad. Yeah. If you could just do it with just a side of apple cider vinegar and just put it on a bed of celery and just some spinach and some augmented mushrooms on the side and a reduced sesame seed, please. How do you come back from that? I'm sitting there staring at the lasagna. I'm like, I can't order this shit. I'm from Durban, bruh. It's peas, potato, and pap. What's the story? Some of you like, we've actually got a few new restaurants now. I was sitting there, I'm like, could I, could I please get the the fermented vegetable juice? Yeah, and a non-binary pancake with, and if you just put that on a bed of carrot puree, and aside, you know, the beetroots they have from Pietermaritzburg, and yeah, and just a side of, you know, celery juice and some 5-ply toilet paper. That's all. The best is when you've eaten and then the waiter comes around at the end. They're like, dessert. You're like, nah, I'm full. I'm like, please give me a bar, 1 cake. Show me. How dare you say you're full? You can be stuffed like a mushroom. You still find a space there. Eh? You know? Until you hit 30, then you're like, maybe we'll just look at a picture of dessert. Love that for you. You know, I was very lucky. I went to one of my favorite places this year. I got to enjoy it. That's why I love to be able to speak about it. Even I'm crying. I mean, any Greeks in the house tonight? That's okay. We're in Durban. I didn't expect huge response. But let me tell you something. As a Durban boy going to Greece, I needed to get the book before I went there. Nobody taught me anything. I got off the plane. I had to go to a convenience store just to get myself a water to quench my parch. And you know, you get in and you walk in and you're like, yeah, cool, get myself a water, out the fridge, grab the water, walk towards the till, and the lady's like, yes, yes! A lady was like, yes, yes! I get to the street, I start walking along the beach, guy, yes, yes! You cross the road, yes, yes! Nobody told me that yasas means hello in Greece. Every single person I'm walking by, like, yes, yes! I'm like, yes, that's what, man? Yay! Futa kwena. So. But Greeks, the most hospitable people I know, you say you want to eat and you say you're full, they'll feed you some more. And they'll feed you some more, and they'll feed you some more. You get a Greek salad, you don't get feta droppings, you get a roof. A solar panel of feta. You get so much feta, it's casting shade over the spring onion. It's like, yeah, don't worry, see. We're just chilling here, bruh. Hot day today. Delay. It's not your fault. Water falls very far. I went out, you know, in Greece. I got to a bar and I met this guy named Giorgio. Because anybody in Greece, this was something I said. Anybody in Greece, you know, their names end in iOS except Apple software. But if you want to try and speak one Greek sentence, good luck. It's like a mixture between English, geometry, and Zulu. It's like, decline. He said, Kevin, if you are coming to Greece, you need to experience the islands. If you are wanting to experience the island, you must go to Mykonos. You have to go to Mykonos. There is an energy when you put your feet on the sand in Mykonos. I don't think that's an energy. I think that's something else. I'm just saying, but you do you, Giorgio. But one thing I learned very quickly in Greek culture is that they will eat a lot of food and then start to digest the food, and then one of their favorite tracks will come on, and they will start to dance, and I'm like, my moussaka is still over here. How are you doing this? I'm like, you don't do that in Africa. We at least wait until our food has gone down. You see, this is why I say, folks, Africa is not just a place, it's a feeling. And the more you get around, the more you realize it is. Because even in Africa, we have taught the rest of the world how to at least digest a meal. Digest a meal before getting onto the dance floor. Even our music is slow to get there. You eat a boerewors roll, you're like, let's get some volume, yes. You're waiting for the boerewors roll. Until you can hear it digesting. Once it gets to the bottom, you know you're ready. I'm ready. I sat at the bar with that Giorgio, and he said to me, he started to go into that mythological chat. I said, no, don't do that. He's like, you need to look at the stars. It's like, no, I'm not looking at the stars. I'm from South Africa. We've been looking at the stars for quite some time now. We got to the point where we don't even ask what stage it is anymore. We just turn to our friend, how long? We're all getting quite good with our technology and all the things that we need to do to survive this storm. We're practicing for the other side of the world. I'm telling you, they're starting to implement this power cut stuff overseas. I'm like, ha! You want my abacus? I'll lend you my protractor. Maybe you can figure some shit out. We've been staring at the stars for too long. You know, I'm traveling a bit. I see some of my friends. It's nice to see your friends, but it's always not nice to see that one. I call it Diagnosis Gqeberha. And she'll look at you and be like, oh, but you know. There's just a lot of cosmic force at the moment. And all of these celestial energies that I'm getting is just really signifying an abundance of turmoil in your life. I'm fine. I'm fine, Deborah. It's not like I was looking at her, like, what's going on, man? I don't know what's going on. It's like... She's like, you know, Kevin, Mercury's in retrograde at the moment, and it's really affecting your speech. I said, Deb, my inner jade is in my Lucozade. That's why it's affecting my speech. Come here with this cock. They carry on, and they carry on, and they carry on. She's like, yeah, but you see now, I'm just getting a lot, very turbulent life. This is I'm sensing a triangle, like a bit of like a love triangle. I'm like, a love triangle? I don't know, what do you mean like a love triangle? I'm in a happy relationship, I'm in a stable relationship. But if you're suggesting a third, relax. It's always Pan Town that has to come into the butt of the joke. Honorable member, you watch yourself this side, hey? Then she looked at me and she's like, you know when they grab the palm and then you're like, no, don't, this is my property. You don't get to touch my hand. She's like, you see, look at this line here. I'm getting financial stress. Like, I'm like, when she's like, yeah, this line here is like proving bankruptcy. I'm like, listen, I'm fine. Okay, I just did my taxes. And by the way, that's a paper cut. So you better visit the drawing board there. Always asking me if I'm fine. You know, and they turn and you're ignoring that whole star talk. I'm like, I call it not astrology, aphrology. Yeah. Every time we hit stage 9 Loja, you go outside, you're like, speak to me. Nhlanhla's belt. How can Deborah come want to talk to me about the stars and I can't even find my own belt, let alone Nhlanhla's belt? Come on, man. I can't work like this. It's like, Kevin, you know, you really need to be more awake. I just came from NGen. I'm awake. Nobody realizes NGen must be the most air-conditioned place in the world. We are very lucky to have an NGen culture in this country, especially when NGen combines with Woolworths. You know, that's the one. That's the one. There's nothing like it in the world. You know you're going there, it's going to be an expensive outing because you're doing petrol and one or two things. Everyone does it. You know, they get out the car, they get into the, it's like, whoop. Instantly 10 degrees cooler. You grab the black basket and you walk around NGen. You're like, bread, eggs, milk. You get to the till. That'll be 3,865 rand. Cash or card? We have to look after our people. These ladies will stand behind the till in a beanie, a jacket, fit for a hurricane, gloves, and it's the middle of February in Durban. It's like, yes, what can I get you? Yeah, okay. She's awake. But I had a lady behind me in the speed till, which is strictly 12 items or less. This lady behind me was doing a monthly shopping, right? I turned around. I was like, no, but you have to be 12 items or less here. You have to go over there. She said, and then? Yo? Fanamlung. Yo. Huh? You can go there. You got 3 items. So, aye. Next! There's nothing more powerful than the till, ladies and gentlemen, than the till. Because let me tell you something, you go overseas, you have to do it all yourself. Every last thing. Even the one item where like you get to a lady behind the teller, or however she identifies, got to be so careful. And they have the baton, you know the baton, the one that separates your groceries from the next person. It's like, my groceries! Spend 1 day shopping in the UK, you just feel the stiffness come out of the cumulonimbus cloud of shit weather. It's like people doing a few bits of shopping, they're like, put the baton out, my groceries! I got stuck between 2 people doing a lot of grocery shopping. Had a lot of groceries in front, then there was Kevin, then there was a lot of groceries coming in behind me. I had 1 bar 1 chocolate. I pull out the baton, my grocery! Grocery. I am pay with my card, yeah. It's a lot to deal with. The only reason I've been doing my Woolies shopping at the engine is because I can't do the extreme oversized Woolworths, because whoever's doing the voiceover really just needs to chill out. Like, you don't get this at ShopRite, you don't get this at Checkers, you don't get this at Pick and Pay, you don't get this at Spar, where you are in the queue, your queue that you provided me to stand in and wait and get my groceries scanned. And you have the audacity to be, next customer, please. Next customer, please. Next customer, please. Next, I'm listening. Please have your Woolworths and my, when she gets to the my school card. Futsak out of here, man. I came from Home Affairs, I got my passport quicker than this, so maybe next time you should put a barcode on the Swiss roll. I stick to the engine, I stick to what I know. Service stations in this country are a celebration, folks. They're such a celebration. I realize it, like you could just go and get like 50 Rand unleaded, because that's about it at the moment. But we are lucky, we are blessed. We have to look after our people because our government won't do it, people. It's up to us. You get there. I'm telling you, try doing it overseas where you get to a petrol station, you want to put some petrol in, you'll sit there for days. You get to the pump and you're like, 95 unleaded. No, I did myself, it's fine. I never got taught this stuff. It's very traumatizing, you don't know what to do, hey? Now you're overseas, it's expensive, things are crazy, you look at the pump, and I always park the car on the wrong side. Now I must stretch this thing, I'm like, don't worry, I won't move the car, I'll just see if I can just... It's always a guy that will do this. We won't just do the simple thing, listen to your message, she'll be like, just go park.
No, I got this. There's enough slack, I can do it myself. Anyway,
Is it diesel or petrol? I don't know. It's traumatizing. I had to phone a friend. I'm like, I'm sitting there standing by the pump. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. And you got the guy in the cashier behind the glass window. He's like, he can't be on your phone. He can't be on your phone. I'm not downloading petrol. Why are you guys so highly strung? I don't even know how to do oil water tires, bruh. By the time you finish up at the cashier, you eventually found your my school card and the guy's like, oil water tires. Easy, until you have to do it yourself. I ended up putting 6 bars in each tire. I'm driving a Polo at the time. I put 6 bars. Don't stress. I got this. I looked at my tires. I was like, you don't want to be on that rim. That's okay. It's fine. We've got a long drive. We drove off. I could feel myself driving over a fucking ant. Like, don't worry, don't stress. Just crossing, bruh. Just crossing. You see, what I realized, why our service stations are such a vibe is because we celebrate moments in this country. We celebrate life. We celebrate our circumstances because we don't know when they're going to change. And I tell you one thing we've got very, very right. That is how we teach people to drive. You might disagree, but trust me, we got it right, generally speaking, except Cape Town. But the thing is, the K53 defensive driving technique is the ultimate. As South Africans, we are taught to preempt situations outside the vehicle. We know that something might happen here, might be a collision, might be a force, might be a hijack. What's happening? Everybody like this. Go overseas, everyone gets in their car, and it's like no one else exists. I just like, this is my car, just die. It's the only country in the world that you'll get to an intersection, you'll look across at the driver next to you, and they're like, what's your problem, bro? People are skiffing you out same time, bro. You might cut someone off dangerously. They think that, then you end up at the same traffic light together.
Hi. I'm Miss Kind of Queens, bruh.
Yeah. Watch yourself that time. It's a great sense of community. That's what happens. That's what happens. You know, not only that, but we seemingly celebrate life on the roads. I mean, this is the only place in the world, right, that you'll be driving, you hit a pothole, and you don't even hit a pothole anymore without turning to your friend. Are you right? Is everybody good? You fine? Okay, cool. Just put your seatbelt on. Off you go. It's the only place in the world where we can drive our houses on the road. We live in a 40 square meter house, but we drive an X6 M-Class. Drop suspension, don't stress, bro. I blame Durban for that. I blame Durban for that because just like when I grew up, when I turned 18, I had to have a city golf. But I'm from Durban, bruh. I got in the car one time. I went straight with that city golf. At 19 years old, I took a left, right. I went all the way to Mshlanga. I hit up a hotel style that side. And the guy walks out. He's like, check your right. What will it do for you? What will it do for you? We'll drop a suspension, right? We'll put you on two 17-inch chrome alloy spinners reversing. I put two 18-inch, 180, 100-watt monoblocks in the back. There were two 15-inch, two 6x9s, two RMS, 800-watt tweeters in the front. You'll be vibing here, pumping down the road. I'll drop a suspension more. You'll be grinding a mud guard ride. You'll be so max, bruh. We'll have a cone filter at the same time. The bass will be in everyone's face. Pine Town Bluff, you feel it same time. I'm like, VJ, that sounds great. What's that? No, I'll do it for 2,999, don't worry. Cash 1,500, but it's up to you. How long is it gonna take? No, the afternoon. End up getting to a traffic light after that. It's a feeling. I loved music since I was young. Young. Thank you. Whole jungle. And I became a DJ. Yes, some of you might know Spin Doctor Days. Yeah. Sometimes my family would go away and I'd be left, I have the house to myself. So I'm like, that's cool. This one particular day will summarize Mzansi so well. How Africa is not just a place, it's a feeling, ladies and gentlemen. We celebrate the moments, the circumstances, everything. And I thought, there's no harm in having a bra. To all you young parents out there, watch yourself. When your little Johnny grows up. I was sort of growing on the cusp of technology, you know, before the smartphone, we had the dumb phone, so everything's a bit awkward, all the awkward stuff. I sent out a BBM broadcast to some friends, just a localized one. Somehow it ended up on Mix It. Nobody told me on Mix It that if you put something as a status, the whole world can see it. And the thing is, everyone in Durban will be like, come for the bride, come for a bride. It's not a bride, like the meat's there, the fire's there, that's fine, but we totally.
Got some of my friends, you know, some of my Joburg friends that had come down from 4 ways just for the long weekend. They were like, January, we'll put the meat on the bride, everything will be fine, don't stress, yeah. You know, I only had a couple of Afrikaans friends at the time. They actually spoke English to me that day. You know, like, don't worry, Kevin, what I'll do is I'll put some meat on the bride. And then, like, yeah, I'll just watch it over this side, yeah. I'm like, why do you do that, bro? Like, what, do you want to just blow your nose or like? No, I'm fine. Otherwise, are you well? Anyway, I'm just gonna put some music on. Mind my own business. You put the music on. You know, you get to the point you've had a few savannas. Sort of turn to your friend. You're like, listen, just take care of the gate remote. I'm tired of opening and closing, opening and closing, opening and closing. My mate had a few mulots. It's like, dang, that's my mom's wine cupboard, but help yourself. You know, you do you. Eventually he came to me and he's like, Kevin, I think everybody's here. Thank you, Fari, but are you here? Eventually I saw how many people were in my house. I'm like, what is going on? You look at the gate's wide open. I'm like, Fari! You can't do that, bro. Close the gate, get rid of the bottles. What is going on? The music is getting louder and louder, and before you know it, this feeling starts to come up your feet from down yonder, from Valley of 1,000 Hills, or something to that effect. When you are just chilling there, and all of a sudden, you start to see a minibus taxi coming down your driveway with about 100 passengers leaning out the window going, oh, no, no. We had to bumper. Everybody from the Bluff, everybody coming from Queensborough, coming down your driveway, 2 taxis deep. And before you know it, even the taxi driver is in on all the shenanigans. He comes out there like, oh no no, house party. Hey, Fanamlung, where's the toilet? Just chilling there, like driving on the back seat. You got a Zamalek, my friend. You guys know you used to have these braais yourself. You know exactly how it went down. You have your people over and you're like, you can sit here, you can't sit here, you got to be careful. You know, you don't go here, don't go to the second lounge. And like, I was always 10 years behind with things that were going on my side. But I mean, you go to your friend's house, they got that second lounge. You're like, second lounge, ha. Like the main lounge, TV, everything's happening, beanbags, a little bit dirty, chaos. The second lounge hasn't been touched. Neutral in color. Plumes of white cotton. Beige tones. The entrance to the second lounge starts just around the corner by the encyclopedias. No wonder I don't know shit. Like, my Google was A to Z on the shelf. Like that, if it wasn't there, it didn't exist. The second lounge, though, wow, we can't go there. That's when you go ETV, midnight, second lounge. Happens to everybody. Then you always got, your one friend's cat that'll be like, well, I can go to the second lounge. Meow! Meow! Woof! Woofy fucking woof! I know all these people, they got these small dogs now. People don't have big things anymore. I used to have something called show and tell in school. I don't know what they call it anymore. You can't say that now. Like, Daddy, I got show and tell. You're gonna fucking what? You know? Show and tell. That's when you used to bring things to the class. You're like, these are my silkworms. Always got your friend, Varang, Governor, check out, I got one donkey this side, we live on acreage. Yeah, name's Larry, eats a bunch of grass, all that kind of stuff. What, yeah, check it, come. Vibe back to the posy there. Let's vibe back to the posy. This is a lot of fun, this shit. You always looked at the exchange students. Like, what are you bringing to the table? Come show us your meat pie or whatever you got there. Exactly. Exchange students used to irritate me in school because they never had to do anything that we had to do that we couldn't really do. If you didn't want to do woodwork, you didn't have to, you know. Or they do woodwork in Scotland, so maybe they could also do it, yeah. Exchange students were always exempt from doing English oral, Zulu oral, Afrikaans oral. They were exempt. Why? You want to come exchange your studies and learn, then speak your Afrikaans and Zulu and also and Venda and Tswana and Sotho and everybody here in this house. I did. I had no scum. I turned to my Irish exchange students. I'm like, jy moet probeer, bruh. Bring your accent and come. Goeiemorgen, klas. Gister het ek in my familie op vakansie toe gegaan het. Terwijl ons op vakantie was, daar was 'n boomslang. En dan het hy taxi gekom naby die... Could I start again? No, you can't! I used to have my friends stay over after we had a bit of a braai. You still got Yaku there standing by the church. You say, what must I do before they left over coals? Okay. He's the guy that wears Crocs with socks. No, I promise you. I used to have my friends stay over. They used to freak out and come running to me in my room. The middle of the night, my friend Justin came running to me, and he was freaking out. All that was happening is I was lying in my bed in that dream, you know, minding my own business, and he came running in. Kevin! Yeah, bro, what's the story, guys? Can't hear you. What's that sound? What's that sound, bro? I'm like, it's my fridge, dude. What? Why are you freaking out? It's my fridge, dude. No, bro, that thing is entering my soul. Sorry, bro. Our fridge is a little bit, dated. But that shit will keep your toes cold. Like, fridge is so cold, you open the fridge and the steam comes down the bottom like, tonight on air. Hey? Don't come here with your modern cock, I promise you. Doesn't last as long as it used to. Sorry, what? Are you telefunken or something? Okay. I come from that era, that one where you didn't put the TV off, you put it on standby, but if you walk too close to the TV, it's like, Tums. Yeah, there's your load shedding now. Hey? Where the TV was round at the front. How the hell did the microwave come before the air fryer? How did we make something so complex before warm air? All you do is open a tray, put the chicken in for 25 minutes, and it comes out like it went to a private school. You pull that air fryer open, it's like, Hazard. You know, it's like when you used to go to your grandparents' house, the most warm place on earth, you know? Yes, you used to walk into your grandparents and be like, okay, it's a little bit dated. Like every grandparent's home is the same. Like you walk in, it's like, yep, that's some 1920s furniture. Yeah. Yep. It's like our grandparents took all their furniture, left it in Hurricane Tlamini for like 3 weeks. Then they brought it in. They're like, let's just leave it for the next 3 to 4 centuries to dry. Such a warm environment. I never understood the grandparents, you know, the father side, because you have that clock in the lounge. So. Just jamming like a pendulum the whole day. I'm like, this is not bothering you? Are you used to this white noise? Is this normal? And then out of nowhere, it hits 1 o'clock. It's like, gong! Gong! I'm like, yay, footsack, we're not in Beijing. Come here with this gong, gong, gong. Yo, shiver me timbers. Hey? It's like when your grand used to put you to bed, you know, and you hug that blanket, you know, the square patches. Yeah. Just tessellated patches for days, hours, years. Every grand did that. Don't care who you are. Everybody sewed that blanket. I don't know what my grand used to think, you know, like, oh, this, I haven't got much to do. I'll just sew a few patches. And then they'll sit down, look at the TV, sewing same time. I'm left-handed. I can't even put a fork in my left hand properly. I'm like, I just get a roti. Yeah. Your gran would tuck you into bed at night and you're like lying there all nice and warm. Being in Durban, you're like, Gran, can I put on the fan? I just want to put on the fan. It's like, yeah, sure, my darling, you can do whatever you want. You're lying there in bed and you're like, yo. You know, you got those 2 strings. You're like, I don't know which one to pull. And you know the one string is longer than the other, and you're like, okay, so are we doing this one or this one? And you somehow pluck up the courage. Everybody's gone to bed, and you pull that one string, and you think things are going to be fine, but they're not fine. You just click the one. Yo? But somehow you get the white noise in a perfect tray. But like I said, my place a little bit further behind. I don't know, my fan was just a bit older. People used to run for the mountains. Justin, my friend who heard the fridge, he was like, put in the fridge. Yo, sounds like a guillotine, bruh. Kev, turn it off. Turn it off. Kev, turn the fan off. I'm gonna wake up dead, bruh. No, no, no. Traumatizing. Traumatizing. You see, I drove past, I had to take one of my nephews to an event the other day. He's growing up pretty fast. And I felt like the cool uncle for a second because I took him to this party and I was like, do you want me to like drop you up the road or can I go outside? Like, where are we drawing the line here? I want to be cool with you. Like, no, okay, we can take me straight and it's fine. Outside I park, I said, who's here? I used to throw a braai. And that was the first time I saw these girls walk in. They had their dresses. They looked like the mean girls, you know. They were off to the party. And they all seemed to be lining up to do a dance. And I thought, this is amazing. Is this what brides are like these days? Is this what barbecues are like these days? Everybody in full sync. But then I started to see a tripod. I saw another tripod. I saw another tripod. Everyone was setting up the phones, different camera angles, TikTok, Instagram, Reel. I'm like, oh, okay. Is this what we're doing? So I got out the car. I thought, I have a little bit of experience with this. Maybe we can get it down. I've never embarrassed myself and a bunch of 15-year-olds in my life like I did. Because when I heard the Christmas carol come on, I was like, I've got this. I've got all the Christmas moves. But then I stuck out like a sore thumb, and everybody else was doing something totally different. And I realized that I can't do this anymore, because these kids were all ready for Christmas. And they started waiting with the feet. And I was like, here we go. And then it popped, locked, and dropped into total improvisation.
Carvel on the beat.
And they pace the stage. And I'd obviously buggered up all the dance moves, so I was left there pausing. I was like, just whatever you do, and I'll leave you with this message, whatever you do, just breathe deep. No matter what happens in the club, the pub, the brides, just end with... Even if you didn't do anything, just stop, turn, and breathe. Thank you. Brace yourselves. When you go overseas, guys, 2 things I'll teach you. One thing, don't ever shop for crisps by the packet color. You will be surprised. Doesn't matter where you go to, you run into the supermarket, you grab the red, you're like, yo, tomato sauce for days. You get home, you fuck a Netflix, and the thing's like, paprika and reduced carrot with a side of dandelion and apple cider vinegar. What is this? You grab the green one, you're like, yes, sour cream and chives. You get home, it's like lemongrass and eucalyptus with a side of photosynthesis. But we learn quickly. Had my nephews over, I said, now this is how you use a washing machine. What you got to do is, okay. Us guys pretend we know. We don't know. We don't know. We think we do, but we don't. I end up looking at things straight in the eye. You know, the front loader, looking at things like, eco. Okay, got you. Cotton, eco. It's like cotton, easy. Then I'm like, eco plus, what is that? What is that? You turn it one more time, it's like 15 minutes, the quick cycle. That's what every guy does. You sit on the toilet, same time, washing, done. You turn it again, it's like a mixed load. Yes, let's be inclusive, we'll do a mixed load. I get shat on. My lady comes home and she's like, where are the dishes? I'm like, I put them in the washing machine with the clothes, the doormat, my shoes, your perfume, and the bar mats. You turn that thing again. You know, as you start getting the dial to the bottom, it becomes a little bit more complicated, like downloaded program. Who wants a downloaded program for the washing machine? I don't understand that. You know, download Narco's theme song. Your washing is clean. No, maybe not. All I'm telling you is don't worry about everything to the left-hand side of the dial. It's just there for marketing. You know, when you turn it, there's like anti-allergen, 500, 6.29. What is that? And you turn it one more time and you put your bedding on and it's 4 hours, 3 days, and 6 weeks. For what? So here I am standing sweating in these clothes, but you want to put my bedding in for 4 years after I've been clean just to get there? What's your problem? When I grew up, I used to be part of something called a caravan club. I think they call it a swingers club. No, I'm not sure. You'd never know anymore. I love the idea of it. You know, you go and you put your caravans in a big circle and and you have like a bonfire in the middle. But every camping trip I used to love, you know, we have the caravan set up and eventually we get it up. Yeah, because we had a Sprite. And like, hey, what caravan do you have? I'm like, lemonade, right? You want some? The one that bubbles in the sun, yeah. And everybody would be setting up their camping, the most South African experience ever. You know, you'd have your friends that come over, you know, that family? The one that's got it all together? You know, the ones that zip up their KY jackets? And they come along with the hip flask from Kathmandu or some shit like that, yeah. Fresh from Cape Union Mart, I got a membership, yeah. They that family that have the 4 wheels, Jurgen's caravan, you know. You know someone styling them when they got 4 wheels on their caravan. You're like, oh, you guys got a toilet. Who's cleaning that cock? They come over and you're busy there hitting a mallet trying to find the rooftop tent, this, that, find A to B, put the red pole with the red pole, the yellow pole, the yellow pole. I'm sleeping in a tent full of flies. It's chaos. They're like, when you guys are ready, you should come over to ours for a sundowner. I'm like, a sundowner, Susan? A sundowner, really, at a time like this? At a time like this? It'd be fucking moonshine by the time we get to your side. I used to grab my bike. I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm going to the green trampolines. Head on down to the trampoline. I tossed the bike. The only way you knew where someone else was where the other bikes were. No BBM, no mix-it, no nothing, bruh. Just snake 2 on your Nokia 3310 with a protective cover to protect it from the floor. You get to the green trampoline, the one with those thick springs. You look at the springs, you're like, I got you. You got that guy, you know, jumping that one that you don't see, like, until you go camping again. He's like, how's it going, bruh? I haven't seen you for so long, bruh. Come for a jump. I'm not jumping, Clive, I'm not. By the simple laws of physics, I can't, if I double, you know, I was gonna be like, Gunjani Saturn, I'm sitting at the front of the plane now, I don't do that, yeah. Can't come to this side of the curtain and be like, Gunjani, how's your turbulence? It's nice, eh? Oh, okay. Shame. Just jumping in. But then you give in. You have to jump on the trampoline. I start jumping, you get double bounced to the moon, bruh. I come back down, I land on the spring, same time. That's when you run back to the campsite. You're like, Mom, help me out. Yeah, help me out. Let me get the mercurochrome. I'm like, put more. Make it a fucking roasty. Let's die today. But it's that moment where you calm down and you realize something. As you get tucked into bed that night and you're lying there with everything outside screaming at you in the peak of summer in Durban. And you're lying in bed with bread and Granny's blanket. And it's the middle of February. Your friend's texting you, how's Durban? I'm breathing, bruh. And you're looking out the window at the fly nest. And you can see every insect and bug known to mankind on the outside of this fly nest. You even got that one praying mantis like, bruh, please, bruh. Just let me in, bruh, please, bruh. It's more so humid out here, I say. Like, I just wanna come in for like 2-3 seconds. I just pray there by the couch, bruh. I just sit there on one of your granny's patches. I'll be fine, bruh. Just put me that side, please, bruh. Then you've got the moth. You know, the moth always finds a gap. Don't worry, I'll come straight in. I'm going to a lampshade. I'll just flutter around here, and I'll flutter around there, and I'll flutter around the back. Don't you worry about a thing. Meanwhile, as you prepare to turn off the lights at night, you got that one item chilling in the corner on the ceiling. Don't worry, Xe. Don't worry, right? Just chill, just relax. Just relax. I'll just wait until you fall right asleep, right? Then in the middle, if you think that you're too, small to make a difference, try sleeping with me. Try sleeping with me. I'm a mosquito, Xe. I'll fuck you up. And you trying to deal with this all the way whilst your father's at the other side of the caravan thinking that it's an entirely different house. I'm like, hey, Pa, this is not the second lounge. He's lying there just listening to the sport just on the side, at the other side of the caravan. Unbelievable performance today. As you can see, the Springboks are coming across the try line. Will they take it home today for South Africa? I think they will. Unbelievable try. Van der Westhuizen let him straight in Huizen. Straight to Pina. The Springboks did it again. And that fire that comes in you that you realize, hey, I'm gonna jump out my skin today. You realize one small message to the rest of the world was like, you know what? If tenacity could prove one thing, it's that we did it. Springbok took it home and proved it to the rest of the world. Durban, thank you so much!